Blessings, beloved, I'm learning that separation is key to supernatural power. It is a very powerful key to supernatural power. And why is it so? This is because angels, spirits, cannot interact with man except by a clear agreement. They don't. It's not just about God of heaven. It's not just about God of all things. That's the law that has been set by the creator of all things. He cannot except by your permission, and he cannot use what is not dedicated to him. And that is why if one needs power with God, that person must be separated unto God. The same thing applies to everything that is given to God in the altar, in the temple, in temple worship. This is well illustrated. There is no vessel that God uses except it is consecrated and separated to him. You don't use what is in the temple to do, like if you see a cup in the temple, it is not permitted to use it to drink water. No, you will just receive a serious curse to yourself. That's why he said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Ask a king. There was a Babylonian king, a descendant of Nebuchadnezzar, that went to take cups, treasures of the temple to do party. And what did he receive? Mene tekel upharsin. It is so. You can't change it. 2 Corinthians 6:17. It says, wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate. Key. 2 Corinthians 6:17. Come out from among them and be what? Separate. And he said, say the Lord, touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. That's the principle. The principle is that for him to receive you and make you his vessel, you must be separate. And when you are separated, there are a lot of benefits of separation. One of those benefits is just what I've just shared. Touch not my anointed. When you are anointed vessel of God, oh my God, you are fortified. I've experienced this some time ago, when I really dedicated myself, but not knowing that that was a secret of things that I was seeing then. But now I know better, and I'm intentionally separating myself unto the Lord. And I'm asking you to join in this journey, separating ourselves to God. And when we talk about separation, it is just a conscious decision you make. When I say separation, it's not about being a recluse. No, don't misunderstand this. It is something you make from your will to be God's own. That means he becomes the one that decides how your life should be run. For example, he can decide and say, from that, there are instructions I don't want to mention in this video that the Lord have said, for this you are not going to take it, not because whether it is evil or not evil, but for this no more for you. And I don't have option but to obey. Right? Because I am now his property. He makes the decisions around me. Now, another thing is this. He can decide how my time should be used. That's another thing. And that's one of the things when you hear people preach and stuff, they say there's a price to pay for power. The price to pay for power is not that you have something to give in exchange for divine power. Everything God gives is a gift. You can't pay for it. All your life, eternity, cannot pay for a little gift from God. None. You can't pay for anything. So when they talk about price to pay, is that there are things you will forgo, no matter how treasurable they are to you. If you value the power from God, there are things that he may demand to leave you. It's not about the thing being evil or not, right? It is about him being in charge and him being all wise, knowing why he wants you to maintain it this way and not that way. And that is one powerful thing about consecration. That's one thing about, and when you have been separated like this, then you are called holy. You know, we use a lot of cliches in Christendom that we don't understand. It's strange that we don't even understand what we think holiness is in dressing. Maybe if I remove my earring, that's holiness. That's false doctrine of demons. It is not of God. It has nothing to do with, it has some people who have removed their earrings and changed their clothes, but their hearts have not been dedicated to become God's property. They use their time the way they like. They even do whatever they like, but they have changed the clothes. They are not holy. Holy means he decides. Holy means you are now his own property. You are now a temple property. You can't be used by anybody. You can't be used by anything. He becomes the one that makes decision on how you will be used. So he makes decision. If he say go, if he agrees with you that this is the way, you go that way. But if you say no, not that way, you maintain obedience. That's one thing about holiness. So Christians or believers are called to holiness, mean that believers are called to become God's own property. I've faced persons with gun, I mean literal gun, they came to rob us. And in those days, I just told them, well, I don't know, I don't have so much here. I don't know what my friends have there. Well, all we have here belongs to the Lord. I made that declaration, and those words I spoke came to arrest those guys. Do you know that we left there without them taking one? Those days were the days of a BlackBerry, boat 4. Yeah, that's when it was raining. And one of the friends that were working, he just bought the BlackBerry, and they were about to collect it from him. You know, we're helpless. But when I said that thing, I don't know the spirit that came upon them, and they took, you know, when it means for a thief to restore your property, that's something else. They gave him back that and said we should go. Wow, that's a power of holiness. That's a power of separation. That's a power of touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. So when you are his property, when you belong to him, he makes it his own duty and obligation to preserve you. So I let us go towards this life of separation, wherein we are his own and not our own, and God will bless us richly, and Jesus Christ will continue to be exalted in our life, being glorified, his resurrection power and manifestation everywhere, and the world will see his love. Hallelujah. Thank you, and please, I'm expecting you to subscribe, share this video to those who benefit from it, and watch out for the next one. God bless.